Well, hello everyone, this is Asuk Chaudhary and you're watching my tutorial over YouTube for the first time, and this is my first like, video on the Uipath. So something we are going to learn about is debugging. We all know the importance of debugging in coding, right? So similarly we have the same importance over Uipath as well, to know where exactly we're getting the issues, and to fix those issues we need to know something about the debugging. So for that, let's take a simple example where we will open a website called sap.com, and then we'll try to log in by giving email ID and the password. All right, so let's get started. So I've used this open browser and I'll give this website, and then the same thing, I'll just go open in the Chrome. All right, okay, right. So yeah, I'm just opening the website in order to get the other fields where we can give our credentials, right? All right, so now it has opened. Now what we need to do is we need a click activity over here and just indicate on the screen, right? And then all right, so you can see email ID, first name, last name over here. So what we need to do is we'll just take one type into activity, drag it over here, and then we'll just indicate on the screen for the email ID, right? So let's get something abcd@gmail.com, and let's add one more type into activity over here. Let's just click into, maybe let's escape this one. Let's select this one. Thanks. And we'll add one more type into activities. Click here. First name. Give an A. Right. So yeah, this will be good enough. Let's save it, and then let's close it. Okay, the first button we can see over here is debug. So what exactly debug does is it will start from the beginning and it will highlight with the yellow. Let's see over here. So here it started, and you can see the logs over here in the output. Oops, okay, so it is starting this Explorer because we didn't select Chrome as our browser, right? So where exactly, so here if you click in the open browser, we just need to go to open browser and change it to Chrome, and let's debug again, right? So you can see, okay, it's getting open. Let's give it a full screen. Click on the login button, then it takes some time to open, and then it fills the details. right? Okay, so it finishes this its execution, right? So debug, as you can see, step by step it does. um, so what we can do is we'll start with this step into activities, right? So let's close this one, let's close this one, right? Okay, let's step into activities. You can see in real time, as you can see here, the first one highlighted is the one that's going to start, and if you click step into, it will move to the steps. Next step, that is open browser. If you click step into, it will open the browser, as you can see here, right? So let it open first, right? Right, all right. So now again, if you click and step into, right, and then click into step into, it clicks that login button, right? And then step over is similar to that step into. Does the next task, as you can see here, it is filling this email address. Again, one more time, it fills the first name, right? So this is how we do debuggings. And if you want to stop anytime, you can just stop it, and if you want to continue from there, you just can continue. So let's stop it over here, right? Okay, so there is another button called validate, right? So let's say, for an example, we are giving into type into without the double quotes, right? So you can see some errors. So in debugging, in execute, if you click and validate it in the output, you can see, and it says the compiler error encountered processing expression. So strings content must end with the double quote, right? So it tells us where exactly we are getting the error, and if you fix it, right, and if you click the validate button, so it displays no validation error is found, right? Okay, so next debugging item we can see over here is breakpoint. So under breakpoint we have several steps, but we generally use this toggle breakpoint. Let's say, for an example, let's toggle over here. Just right click on this activity and then toggle breakpoint, and let's do debugging. Before that, we'll just close this browser and then let's debug. Right, so it just fills the email address and not the first name, right? Now the execution will finish. Yes, so whenever we give toggle in any activity, what it does is it will execute just before the point we have given the toggle bar, right? So we have given on the type into activities where it has to fill the first name. So if you are giving toggle breakpoint over here, so here it will pause without executing, and further if you want to continue, you just click on continue button and then it just fills the first name, right? So right, so let's disable So this way you can disable the activity, and again if you want to enable this activity, then enable the activity, right? So you can see over here slow step. If you just hover over it, it says debug at slower speeds, ranges from 1x to 4x. So if you click here 1x, right, the speed will be quite slower if you start debugging. Before that, we'll just close this. Let's start. Earlier when we were debugging, it was so fast that we were not able to identify. So now we can see each and every activities clearly. Now it will just fill the email ID and the first name. So the speed over here is quite less, right? So we can see over here first name and the email ID, right? So this is about slow step. There's something over options over here, highlight element. So what exactly it does is, if you just click this one and run, it will just highlight in the red button before doing any activity. For an example, here in login button, it will just highlight in the red color, right? It does. And then it will highlight this type into activity. Okay, right, okay. So open logs is nothing but the logs which we have created during our execution. You can just go open the log folder and today's log, and we can see our logs here. So this is all about debugging, guys. Thanks.